Hello, my friend. You're listening to the Sort Yourself Out podcast. This week, we're discussing how you can come into greater contact with your soul. I'm your host, Janine Hunt, natural health therapist for over 30 years, hypnotherapist, lifelong student, and spiritual seeker. I like to seek out the most effective practices and techniques that provide the greatest bang for my buck and the fastest route to freedom from whatever is holding us back. I can't wait to share with you these powerful techniques so that you too can sort yourself out, know deeper meaning in your life, and best of all, a sense of inner peace. So let's get started. Well, hello there, and thank you so much for joining me today. Have you ever wondered about how you can live more soulfully so that you can bring more of your soul's energy, qualities, and purpose into your daily mundane life here on earth? Well, good, because that's what we're going to talk about today. Now, your soul is already in contact with you, of course, as it is providing your life force and vitality through the life thread that is attached to your heart center. However, your soul is not really paying an awful lot of attention to the workings of your life until you begin aspiring to reach towards the soul. You need to have the urge and the will and the intention and the determination to make contact. Otherwise, your soul is waiting up there on its own plane, doing its own business that it's involved in its soul life, waiting for you to make contact. So you need that aspiration. And until you have that, it's just carrying on doing its own stuff and not really paying much attention to your life down here on the physical plane, other than providing your life energy. So, meditation is the bridge between your soul and your personality. So, what is your personality? Well, your personality is the combination of your vehicles of expression. So that means it's your physical body, your emotional body, and your mental body. And so when these three bodies are integrated, they are known as the personality. So you can gain greater contact with your soul via meditation as it facilitates the integration of your vehicles so they are working well together as one unit. And then when this happens, you are in a position to make greater contact with your soul. That integration is important in order to have the alignment to your soul. This makes for a clearer channel to receive impulses from the soul. Basically, we have the lower aspects coming under the dominion of the higher. And that's why this aspiration is so important, because the soul doesn't just take you over of its own will, other than providing the life energy. So you need to aspire towards it to start stirring its energy and attention down to you. So it requires you reaching upwards, and then it will meet you halfway. And meditation is the means of making that happen. So meditation in the ageless wisdom is known as a science, meaning it can be relied upon to produce specific results. So techniques will vary from person to person according to what we put into it, but it is up to us to experiment and to put meditation to the test in our daily lives. We need to make it a practical practice through which we gain practical wisdom. So via meditation, you also become aware of your thoughts and emotions, and this allows you to gradually clear away all those errors you've got in your thinking. These are known as glamours and illusion in the ageless wisdom. So glamours are illusion of an emotional nature, and illusion is illusion of a mental nature. And so we carry around with us all sorts of hang-ups and misguided ideas and fixed ideas that we take as truth. And these are things that we need to become aware of and be willing to clear ourselves of in order to have that clearer connection to our soul. So this is known as purification. So when you start to clear away your glamours and illusions, you are purifying your vehicles of expression, your physical, emotional, and mental bodies, and you consequently create the space and the silence to hear the voice of the soul. And even better, to feel the joy of the soul, because joy is the quality of the soul. And also, this will help you to bring through the purpose that your soul has intended for this incarnation, and to develop the qualities and skills that your soul has been cultivating across countless incarnations. So when you meditate, you are creating a clear channel whereby information from the soul level can flow freely into your consciousness. Now, here's a lovely quotation about meditation from a Lucis Trust booklet about meditation. Work in meditation is required to harmonize the thinking and feeling faculties, to coordinate and integrate the mental and emotional bodies into a coherent whole, evoking the flow of energy from the soul. With the mental, the emotional, and the physical bodies under the guidance of spiritual purpose, inner conflicts are resolved, and the integrated personality becomes a pure vehicle of soul expression, a means of releasing greater light and love into the world of human affairs. Nice. So, meditation is really and truly a top-down approach. And this is because through meditation, the lesser is transcended and included in the higher. And that is the way of all transformation and growth. So in this case, the personality vehicles are integrated, and then they are absorbed within the higher level of the soul, and they become the instrument of the soul, so that the soul is active through these vehicles of expression in your life and in all of your activities on the physical plane. Now, I'm going to wrap this up in a sec, but I just want to clarify one thing about meditation, and this is that a few minutes of meditation every day is better than long sessions sporadically. With meditation, it's the daily rhythm that is important and deeply beneficial, especially for increasing soul contact. Remember, we are coming into contact with spiritual energies, and it's this established daily rhythm that prepares our vehicles to withstand this higher vibration energy and to safely receive the spiritual inflow. Now, I recognized this issue of consistency as a problem in my own life, because I faffed around for years before making meditation a daily practice. And many, if not most, other beginners struggle with this as well. And that's because meditation is a discipline. And most people think, discipline? Yuck! So we have resistance to it, even though part of us really wants to do it. So I created a guide for how to make meditation a daily practice. My free quick start guide to doable meditation explains a really simple style of meditation that takes as little as 5 minutes per day, but that will still give you the benefits. And it also includes tips to get you past the resistance to meditating daily that most of us feel before we get into the rhythm of it. So here's another nice quote about meditation from the Lucis Trust booklet. Here we go. The discipline of daily meditation as a means of contacting the soul and of developing soul consciousness and soul fusion is a major means of spiritualizing life on the planet. Now that sounds good to me. More and more of life on the planet being directed from the higher spiritual levels, rather than from the fear and lack-based level of consciousness that governs the little self, the ego. So you can get my free quick start guide to doable meditation at theinspirationcloud.com/SYO42. And those are the numbers 42. And I'll put a link in the show notes. And if you're interested in learning more deeply about all of these fascinating topics and practices to take you further on your spiritual path and to amplify your well-being and your positive impact in the world, why don't you sign up to the waitlist for my upcoming Inner Circle membership? Go on over to theinspirationcloud.com/membership to get on the waitlist, and I'll keep you in the loop. Okay, my friend, thank you so much for listening and for spending your time with me today. I really do appreciate it. Take care, be well, and I'll see you next week. Thanks so much for listening to the podcast. I really hope you found it helpful and full of uplifting ideas that you can put into practice in your life. And if you have, chances are your friends and family will too. So please share it with them on social media. You'll be helping them to sort themselves out, because I bet you think they need it, right? But seriously, you'll also be doing me a huge favor, and I will be eternally grateful for your generosity. It would also be lovely if you would leave me a review on iTunes, preferably a nice one, please. And don't forget to subscribe to the podcast while you're there. If you have any questions or would like me to address a certain topic, I'd love to hear from you. You can email me at info@theinspirationcloud.com. Have a good one, folks. Thanks again, and I'll see you next week.